Hello and welcome to our channel. In this video we are counting down on world best revenge films no one should miss, and those who enjoy revenge films must give it a try and leave a comment below how many films you have already seen from this list or intend to see. Now let's get started. 10. The Foreigner, 2017, directed by Martin Campbell-Kwan, is a humble London businessman whose long-buried past erupts in a revenge-fueled vendetta when the only person left for him to love, his teenage daughter, dies in a senseless act of politically motivated terrorism. His relentless search to find the terrorists leads to a cat-and-mouse conflict with a British government official whose own past may hold the clues to the identities of the elusive killers. 9. Shooter, 2007, directed by Antoine Fuqua. A top Marine sniper, Bob Lee Swagger, Mark Wahlberg, leaves the military after a mission goes horribly awry and disappears without a trace. Swagger is coaxed back into service after high-profile government officials convince him to help thwart a plot against the President of the United States. Swagger realizes he has been betrayed and becomes the target of a nationwide manhunt. Instead of hiding, he seeks revenge against some of the most powerful and corrupt leaders in the free world. 8. Payback, 1999, directed by Brian Helgeland Porter. Mel Gibson is a thief betrayed by both his wife, Lynn, Deborah Kara Unger, and his partner, Val, Greg Henry, when he is shot in the back after a heist. Slowly, Porter recovers from his wounds and begins a search for Val, intent on recovering his share of the money they stole together. With the aid of prostitute Rosie, Maria Bello, Porter captures Val but still cannot find his cash. For this, Porter will have to challenge an imposing crime syndicate called the Outfit. 7. Get Carter, 1971, directed by Mike Hodges. Jack Carter, Michael Caine, is a cold-blooded London gangster, and not the sort of man you want to cross. When Carter's brother winds up dead, he travels to Newcastle to arrange the funeral. Convinced that his brother was murdered, Carter questions local thug Eric, Ian Hendry, who eventually leads him to Kingpin Kinnear. From there, Carter carves a bloody trail of revenge through the seedy underbelly of Newcastle in search of his brother's killer. 6. Gangs of New York, 2002, directed by Martin Scorsese. Amsterdam. Valen, Leonardo DiCaprio, is a young Irish immigrant released from prison. He returns to the 5 Points seeking revenge against his father's killer, William Cutting. Daniel Day-Lewis, a powerful anti-immigrant gang leader. He knows that revenge can only be attained by infiltrating Cutting's inner circle. Amsterdam's journey becomes a fight for personal survival and to find a place for the Irish people in 1860s New York. 5. True Grit, 2010, directed by Ethan Coen and Joel Coen. After an outlaw named Tom Chaney, Josh Brolin, murders her father, feisty 14-year-old farm girl Maddie Ross, Haley Steinfeld, hires Rooster Cogburn, Jeff Bridges, a boozy, trigger-happy lawman, to help her find Chaney and avenge her father. The bickering duo are not alone in their quest for a Texas Ranger named LaBeouf. Matt Damon is also tracking Chaney for reasons of his own. Together the unlikely trio ventures into hostile territory to dispense some Old West justice. 4. The Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. Directed by Kevin Reynolds. The classic story of an innocent man wrongly, but deliberately imprisoned in his brilliant strategy for revenge against those who betrayed him. Dashing young sailor Edmond Dantes, Jim Caviezel, is a guileless and honest young man whose peaceful life and plans to marry the beautiful Mercedes, Dagmara Dominczyk, are abruptly shattered when his best friend Fernand, Guy Pearce, who wants Mercedes for himself, deceives him. 3. The Revenant, 2015. Directed by Alejandro González Iñárritu. While exploring the uncharted wilderness in 1823, frontiersman Hugh Glass, Leonardo DiCaprio, sustains life-threatening injuries from a brutal bear attack. When a member, Tom Hardy, of his hunting team kills his young son, Forrest Goodluck, and leaves him for dead, Glass must utilize his survival skills to find a way back to civilization. Grief-stricken and fueled by vengeance, the legendary fur trapper treks through the snowy terrain to track down the man who betrayed him. 2. V for Vendetta, 2005. Directed by James McTeague. Following World War, London is a police state occupied by a fascist government, and a vigilante known only as V. Hugo Weaving uses terrorist tactics to fight the oppressors of the world in which he now lives. When V saves a young woman named Evie, Natalie Portman, from the secret police, he discovers an ally in his fight against England's oppressors. 1. Memento, 2000. Directed by Christopher Nolan. Leonard, Guy Pearce, is tracking down the man who raped and murdered his wife. The difficulty, however, of locating his wife's killer is compounded by the fact that he suffers from a rare, untreatable form of memory loss. Although he can recall details of life before his accident, Leonard cannot remember what happened 15 minutes ago, where he's going, or why. So that was the list, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching our revenge films countdown. For more updates, make sure you subscribe to our channel. The handle is right in front of you.